What's going on, folks? Welcome to the first episode of the Virtual Steve Show. It's been a very long time since I've live streamed. I'm actually kind of nervous. This is kind of cool. I miss this feeling. I used to be so used to live streaming, it just came to me like naturally. So I'm a little out of my comfort zone right now, but that's okay. I figured I would start the channel off with a Blender stream, because that's a lot of what I've been doing in my downtime. So we're going to be doing some stuff tonight in Blender. I'm actually going to be making some text that I'm going to be using for my thumbnails. So I came up with this really cool new kind of style here. I'll show it off real quick again. So it's kind of like this virtual in and out of reality mixture of virtual with real stuff. I got this whole scene here that I can move around. This is all a work in progress, everything that you guys see here on the screen. And I'm still learning how to use all these custom commands and stuff that I came up with. Everything is custom hotkeys, programming to do it all. So we did it all from scratch here. And at some point I'll be showing some of the behind the scenes stuff of how this works. But without further ado, let's just dive straight into Blender here. And let's get a modeling. Let's try out our first transition here. This one's pretty cool. This is all custom too. Okay. Looks good, looks good. Okay, so let me just make sure everything's set up right here. Okay. So I'll show off one thing first. This is the first impressions text that I came up with. I wanted to come up with a format where I can kind of mass produce thumbnails quickly, because I'm going to be doing a lot of upcoming first impressions videos of VR games, non-VR games, a lot of games on my list of stuff I haven't played. I got a backlog of games, so it's going to be like 10 or 15 games coming up hopefully in the next couple of months where I'm going to be playing for the first time. So that's why I made the first impressions thing here. Let's see if we can composite this. Not sure what scene I have on here. Let's just hit composite with this. See what this looks like. So we got like a little bit of a glare effect going on here. And this is kind of the format that I'm going with all the text. So I decided instead of doing this like one by one with each kind of text, I'm gonna just do a bunch at once. So I came up with all these different phrases and words that I might want to use in my thumbnails. And that's what this text feature is over here. Text group. So these are all the different things I figured we could use. Sometimes you do playthroughs. You want to do like part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. VR is a common thing I use, so I might want to use that in a thumbnail. This one is going to be for the Virtual Steve Show. So the and the show, I don't have those made yet. Playthrough, variety stream, podcast, might be doing some of those. And then I'm going to redo my name, Virtual Steve, and virtual reality. So I don't know if you guys can think of any other good ones. Maybe throw them in the chat. Something we might be missing here. I think this covers the bases on a lot of things. I don't like having too many words in the thumbnails. I usually like to stick to a couple words in the thumbnail, and the rest of it's just artwork. Okay, let's get to it. So first things first, let me make this look a little bit prettier. We want to go into our font here. Right now this is the default font. So we're going to change this font. This is the big key. I found this font online. I really like it. It's in my downloads folder on my D drive. It's called Soccer League. And it's italic. I like this one. It has all these fancy little squared off sections that you can play with. You can do some cool stuff with that. So I'll show you guys how that works next. All right, so we're going to make this look pretty. We're going to go into a new scene here. I usually don't do this, but it'll look better probably on screen. So let's go to layout. And then I can probably hide this stuff over here, I think. Yeah, I don't think we need any of that right now. Okay. I could probably hide the camera for now, excuse me. Oh, we got my music going still. I can turn that off. Music's courtesy of Archaic Studios. Check them out. Get you some nice music for your stream or something like that if you're looking for something custom. Okay. So we want to right click all of our text. Right now you can't really modify this. This is literally a text. You can type whatever you want here. Type in happy camper. So we're going to want to right click on this and then convert it to a mesh. So now it has all this mesh data. Now I haven't found a quick way to clean this up, so We might have to do that word by word, which will be a bit tedious. We'll see. I'm gonna at least clean up some of these. I'll show you guys how that workflow goes, and then I'll try to do the rest without cleaning up. I haven't really tried that yet. I like to clean up my mesh geometry a little bit when I'm doing stuff. So we're gonna go into circle select mode. You can change the size of this. We're gonna select these edges, and then we're gonna delete them. So yeah, this is very, very exciting stuff. And the reason I'm doing this stream too is because I don't have a lot of free time to do this kind of stuff, but I also want to start live streaming, so I figure this is kind of a good way to get some work in for the channel, show a little bit of behind the scenes, and at the same time I'm still making content. Even though it's not gaming content, I got some other stuff planned for the channel as well, so I'll show real quick. So this scene that I have here set up, eventually I kind of want to, if I have time, which this might never happen, I might do all of this inside of Unreal Engine. And I'm going to actually have a green screen behind me with actually a physical desk. And then everything's going to be done in Unreal Engine. So there'll be like real-time reflections off of all the parts of the set with a movable camera. So it'll look pretty cool. It'll actually look like I'm in this environment instead of just on a screen here. But this was the best method I came up with for now. And also I'm designing this whole stream setup so I can talk about trailers for games. I can have guests on. It's going to be set up easily for all that because I have the multiple screens. I still got a bit more programming to do for that though. So yeah, I think we'll just do this method with the numbers here. We'll see how it looks like. Look how bad this 7 turned out when we converted it. Not good. Because I'm going to inset these edges, which kind of gives it like a border. But when you have this kind of geometry like this, it doesn't always work. And now I'm no expert when it comes to Blender, but I know in the past this has helped. Now you could manually trace around all of the letters too. You could do that by hand. I think this is a little bit faster. All right, let's get out of this. Let's hit delete. We want only edges and faces. And you got to come back and you got to clean up some of these random ones. Like here. Here. So this will be a good way to compare. We'll compare this version up top where I actually, oh no, we missed something down here, dang. I might be able to mirror this or something. Watch this, I'll duplicate these. Duplicate this, and I'll shift it over. And I'll rotate it about the y-axis by 180. Now the trick is how do I reconnect these? What I can do is I can go to vertex mode. Just bring these really close. And then I can select all of these, and I can do merge by distance, mesh, merge by distance. And we're looking for 3 merges here. Let's increase this. There we go. That worked. That's the way I know how to do it. I'm sure there's other ways. All right, so this looks good. I think we got everything we need here. What's going on here? There, look at all these. See, these look bad. So we're going to delete a lot of these. Let's come in here. I'm going to select the first one, and then the second to last one, delete them. Control. Oh no, why is it not going? All right. Control click should select all these. Delete vertices. Then we're just going to join these two with F to join. There we go. Okay. So let's select everything in here. Actually, I'm going to duplicate this real quick. We're going to call this vertex. I'm going to turn this on. Okay. All right, so yeah, select it all. Then we're going to create a face. Oh, see, this is where it gets tricky. This is where the cleanup part comes in. Because when you have characters like this, it creates a face over that center part. So there actually is quite a bit of cleanup involved. So we'll clean up this top part and maybe consider doing the bottom. It's going to be a lot of work though. Okay, let's at least do this top part. So what you want to do is you want to select these center faces here that you want to cut out. And I'm going to hit P on the keyboard to turn them into their own separate object. And then I'm going to select them along with the original. Go into edit mode, reselect these faces, if it lets me. Oh. All right, I'll do it this way. I don't know why it's being... Yeah, it doesn't want me to select that. That's weird. Oh, you know what I should have did? Watch this. I'll bring these up in the Z-axis just a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Okay, yeah, I think that helped. Sometimes when things are so close, I think it gets confused what you're trying to grab. All right, so we're going to use a little tool called the Mesh Knife Project. Boom. So what that should have did, if I delete one of these, delete the only face. Uh-oh, did I not do it right? Crap, I don't think I did it right. Nope, I did something wrong. Let's just try it on the P. We'll do it one at a time. So you double select both. Select this. Oh, then you got to select this. Mesh Knife Project. Oh, nice. I think I did it for all of them. Okay. So now you can go delete only face. Delete only face. Okay. That worked. So yeah, that's the next step. You got to get your cutouts. And we still technically have this other object here. It's just vertices. We'll just delete it. Okay, so we could go through and cut out everything, which we're going to need to do if we want to have these all correct. That might not be too bad. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Let's see if at least that's enough to get us a decent end result. So I'm just selecting anything that's going to be a cutout. We're going to make it its own object, which I could have did from the beginning, but I'm trying to keep these two things separate. This top part, which I think is the better method, and all these bottom parts, which is not ideal, but it might work. And it's going to take a lot less time, so if it looks good, we'll go with it. Okay. So yeah, I've been learning a little bit of Unreal on the side as well, specifically for VR. I've never really gotten to game design before, but it's amazing when you start getting into VR game design, because like you literally are just creating the world that you're living in, like inside of the headset. Like, it's crazy. Like, you make your little world, even if it's just blocks and just basic guns in that, and then all of a sudden you pop the headset on and it's like, holy crap, I created this. Like, I'm walking around in something that I made right now. It's pretty cool. Flat games, I'm sure it's kind of cool too, but probably not the same feeling. All right, so let's hit P to make a new object. Now I think I can, honestly, I think I can do, I think I can select these. Oh yeah, no, let's select all these here. Then let's back out of it. Then let's select that object, tab into it. I want to select everything else. Let's see if I hit Knife Project, if it works. Mesh, Knife Project. It might have worked. Delete only faces. Wow, it worked. Okay. So yeah, I think this method actually might work pretty good. So this is a way if you want to do really customized text, because technically I'm stealing this font online, which there's copyright stuff with fonts. And I mean, it gets so complicated. Like, you don't, when you get to the point where I'm at, where I want to make everything 100% custom for my channel, you don't want to just take someone's font online. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to be modifying each one of these letters individually. So technically, I think this won't technically be the original font anymore. I'm not sure how, what the lawyers would say, but it's better than just straight up taking the font and using it. And I'll show you what I mean in a second, because we're going to be going into these and we're going to be grabbing vertices and we're going to be kind of moving things around to make it look a certain style. Okay, so I think we got our cutouts done. Oh, we missed one. Delete only faces. All right, let's select this whole object here and delete it. All right, this looks good. Let's see if we missed anything. I'm just going to kind of breeze through. Variety, stream, podcast. And there is no spell check in here, so I'm sure I got some of the stuff wrong. Hopefully I didn't get my name wrong. Okay. I didn't have anything else to drink in the house. I never drink almond milk. And I've been drinking like water all day long. I drank like 20 glasses of water today. I'm just sick of it. So I poured some almond milk. Probably not the best thing for live streaming and talking and stuff. Okay, let's go into edit mode. We're going to create a new, we're going to copy this, duplicate it. F2, we're going to call this faces, or we'll call it cutout. Kind of just saving each step as we go along, making a copy. Then I will duplicate it again, rename it. Oh, don't do that. Rename it. You can just rename with F2, by the way. It's a nice, quick way to rename things. F2, object name, we're going to call this modify. This is where we're going to get the text to be customized and fancy. Okay, so this is the one we're going to be working with, the modify one. So I'm going to start up here. We're going to start with the part 1. So the style that I'm going with, I'll show you for my fonts here for the channel, is everything is kind of tight together. There's minimal space in between the letters. Ooh, why does it look like that? What did I do? Oh, I turned my light off somewhere. Yeah, there's minimal space between the letters. We can actually probably just look at it in this mode. And yeah, I'm just trying to get things close. I don't want any empty space. So like this would be a spot here where, yeah, with the E, you could bring stuff over here like this if you wanted, but then it's not really looking like an E anymore. So we're not going to do that. But usually I try to go backwards on a character. So like, where's a good example of that? Like the T. The T would have just came down to here, but instead I brought the vertices of this over to the left. So everything kind of like almost has like a streaking motion, like it's, I don't know. It kind of almost looks like an underline too, which I like when it goes across. It's like a built-in underline. Okay, so that's the idea behind the font, the style that I'm going with. And it's kind of cool too. I kind of just came up with this on my own. I just started messing with the text one day. I was like, maybe I can just move stuff around and just make it my own, and it worked. So we're going to select linked, move this over. I'm just going to move this one closer because there's not really too much here we can do. Like maybe with the P I could do something like this. Yeah, that might look okay. But my rule is normally I would go back to the left. Actually, that kind of looks cool. Then you get to the point where it's like, actually I can select both and you can see which one looks better. What looks more cool, the P like that or the A like that? So we can go back and forth and kind of look. I think the P actually kind of looks better. Yeah, it definitely does. And that's what's cool about this, is really just a taste thing. It's like you'll test things over and over again. It's good too to have people to bounce things off of. Oh no, did I lose my music? Let me turn my music back on for a second. Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Yeah, so when I don't have any background music or anything playing, this headset turns off. It's like a safety turn-off mode, whatever you call it. And now it's not going to work. I can't hear the music. I'd probably have to completely close out of OBS and I can go to settings here. I'm going to settings real quick in OBS, seeing if I can switch this back. I don't have any audio monitoring anymore. That's okay. The rest of the stream's going to be quiet anyways. We're not really doing anything. There's just a random vertex there. We'll delete that. Yeah, I don't know what these random vertexes are doing here. We'll delete them. Okay. One letter down, several to go. So yeah, we're going to go with that back method there with some of these characters. Something like this is not really worth doing. And in situations like this, yeah, you could move this over, but then it starts to not look like an A anymore, so just leave it. You want to be able to tell what it is too. Now this character here, I can just tell, I'll just select linked with the vertexes. Instead of dragging both edges over, I'm just going to move the whole thing. And then I can do something like this. So yeah, it's a little bit more stylized now. It's a little bit more custom. Try to get the spacing equal in between all of these characters. Doesn't gotta be perfect. Now each of these numbers technically will be on their own. So I'm not really gonna change those. These will all be the same. Okay, so yeah, we could do the same thing. We could keep going through. And honestly, I think this would work with a lot of these. Let's mess around with this one here. GX. GX. Now this is another cool thing I do with this font style. So I like to match the angle of the previous letter. So what I'll do is I'll line up the angle like this, just so it's close, and then I'll bring it over a little bit more. Makes it go together a little bit. Actually, this is probably going to be cool. I can probably make something cool. This VR one, I'm actually going to clean this one up just because I think it's going to look nice. Let's go to edge select mode and clean this sucker up. The rest of them I might not use as much, but I do a lot of VR stuff on the channel, so this is definitely a good candidate to make it look pretty. Only edges. Now all this stuff in Blender too, you can easily import into Unreal Engine. I made some basic weapons one day when I was doing some tutorials, like a little gun, little sword. I made a Buster Saber from Mega Man, a Buster Cannon from Mega Man, like a replica. Oh crap, what did I just do? Did that just screw up my face? Shit. Alright, so I gotta redo my faces with this one. It's okay. Select link, make a face, get rid of that random vertice, select link, make a face. I wonder if I could knife project right from here. Maybe. I think it has to be two different objects. Here, let's try this. Select link. Mesh, knife, project. No, it's got to be like a different object or something, I think. Okay, so we'll go here, here, edit, select link, boom, oops. Mesh, knife, project. There it is. Delete only faces. Yeah, that one's gonna look cool. Okay, so we're not gonna mess with any of these. You can see some of the, I guess you call it topology, is really bad with some of this stuff. I could at least clean those up. It might not be a bad idea. Let's do that. Just these couple of ones that are just outrageous. Like, what is this? I'll just clean the whole character up. Oh, I want to do edge select though. Because that's, I don't know, it's probably going to cause some problems. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll leave one for science. Only edges. Delete only edges. See, sometimes there's like 5 of those too. Like, what's up with that? So many lines. So, oh yeah, like this thing here. Like, what's going on here? Boom, delete. Actually, we could probably dissolve vertices and see what that does. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I love this Control L. So you select one vertice, or you can do it with edges, and you hit Control L, and anything that's connected, it links. It's a really nice little hotkey. Okay, so we have another one that's crappy somewhere, I think. Yeah, every Y turned out really bad. So we'll leave. Oh, we should have left this Y. Oh, how would I do that? That's fine. They might work. We'll see if this works. Okay, so next step is going to be, do we want to keep modifying these? I'm going to break off of this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to break these ones off into their own object. Whoa, why does it look like that? Oh, that's why. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what happened. GX. Yeah, that's wild. So what we wanted to do there was we wanted to select X-ray mode, because apparently there's like hidden vertices behind all these, because there's just really bad topology. Like anytime you see one of these lines here, there's actually, I don't know where the thing is where it shows how many vertices I just selected, but I guess I probably selected like 5 right here. It's probably like a bunch of them. So when I select all these, now with X-ray mode on, it'll grab them all. Even the ones that are behind it you can't see. Okay, that's better. So we're going to call this, let's rename it. I call this test subject 1. That's fine. And yeah, we'll call this test subject 2. That's fine. Let's just start with test subject 1. Let's just mess with this guy. Okay, so next step, duplicate it, rename it. Oh, don't do that. Test subject 1 underscore inset, because our next operation is going to be performing an inset. So we're going to select everything, then we're going to hit I on the keyboard and see how the inset looks. Whoa, it's not doing anything. Yeah, yeah, those, okay, something went wrong. All right, let's go to, yeah, that should have worked. It's interesting. Let me start grabbing some vertices and seeing what's going on here. Sometimes if you just move stuff around, you can tell if there's anything. Yeah, these all look good up here. This all looks clean. This should have worked, this inset. Oh, you know what I do? I want to hit back out of this, hit Control A and apply all transforms real quick. I always do that before I inset because it makes things more even. Okay, I see what I did. I just overshot. So yeah, we want to zoom in on like one of these letters. Let me get out of cycles mode. Inset. So we want a border. Whoa, yeah, see that one looks weird. The A. This looks pretty good for a border. Okay. What I should have did first though is put my 2 materials on that we want to use. So yeah, let's undo that operation because this is the faster way to do it. So adding in 2 materials that we're going to be using. One of them is going to be for the outside border, which I've already made, called it outside. The other one, you can see it's this kind of grid-like. I was going for like a steel kind of shiny look. Other material is that fancy super advanced node material. Material 1 we're calling it. Let's take a look at what that looks like real quick. Oh wait, it's not right. This is the blender material. Not sure what material it is. Oh, it's this live one, I think, maybe. Okay, there it is. So yeah, I'll show you guys this material really quick. It's pretty advanced shader. So this is like a shader group here. You can control everything procedurally. So I can control the phase of that noise. I can change the color of the background to whatever I want. This is all 100% custom here as well, which is why I made it, so I can change things. If I want to make this purple neon light, we can do that. I can change the color of... I used to be able to change the color of that. How do I change that? Is it this one? Okay, that one. So yeah, we can completely customize it. My original logo, I think I was going with this blue, like a desaturated kind of blue, sort of, and then the green emission. But I found that I like this other one better. So we're going to hit undo a bunch. Get back to our original here. Okay. Let's go back into this view. It's easier to see things. Oh, go into edit mode. All right, let's get our inset. Now the reason I want to do this, I want to assign the outside to all the materials first. Then inset. Actually, no, we want to extrude first. Crap. Assign. Yeah, let's extrude this. Something like that. Then we inset. And there is a reason to this madness. Okay, that looks pretty good. You don't want too much border. Okay, the reason is because I'm going to extrude in the Z direction back down, give it a little bit of a cutout, and then we can assign just that portion to the other material. Boom. And then you get that final nice look there. So yeah, I think everything worked out. I think these bottom ones actually turned out decent, even considering I didn't do the geometry cleanup. Because if we go into vertex mode, and yeah, this looks like a mess compared to up here. We turn X-ray mode off and see if I can see anything that stands out as like a problem. I mean, honestly, this seems like it would work. Now, when you get into this kind of topology, you might have issues if you're trying to import into Unreal. Yeah, there's something going on here. Like, yeah, like what's up with this right here? That inset really weird. So I didn't turn clamping on. But let's see what it looks like in the final version. It might not look horrible. Let's just render this and see what it looks like. Definitely screwed that one up. Let me go back. Go to my camera view. Oh, let's make this look a little bit better, this material here. So let's get the phase in here so it's... I like it when it's mostly white and just a little bit of the grid color stuff. So yeah, I mean, if you zoomed in, you would see like these H is missing. It's technically like missing an edge there, but see how thick that side is, and there's like nothing here. Same thing with the W, but honestly, you probably wouldn't even notice it. So it's like this amount of work versus this. I mean, everything up here is going to be perfect. Those all inset perfectly. So it's one of those things where you got to, you know, choose like how much time do you want to spend. Because if I went back now, my headset's turning off again, seriously. Oh, you know what? Maybe I did have that volume the whole time. Let me try this again, hold on. I probably just had to switch my audio source back over. Where is our other thing? Test subject 2. Let's take a look at that. So yeah, this would take a while to clean everything up, which I don't think I'm going to do right now. Don't think I want to do that right now at this moment. It's okay, but we got the template here now for everything else. Yeah, the VR one turned out good. So what I can do now is I can bring this into its own group. If I want to just work on the VR one, I can move it to a group, call it VR, and then I can just hide everything else. Now we can really dig in if I want to make something cool. Object, set origin to volume. So now when I scale it scales properly. Probably never going to have it any bigger than that on a thumbnail. So we can apply the transforms. Now we can really dig in here and make this look cool. So yeah, thankfully this whole texture is procedural, so I can kind of just move the phase around until I see something I like. What I would like to do though too, I'd like to make a separate texture just for the text that I'm working with. So I'll make a duplicate of this texture using this button here, and then I'll just rename it whatever the text is. This way I won't modify my other versions, just for the specific text. Okay, phase. So yeah, usually I just kind of move this around until I find something I like. At one point I built in controls for the actual X, Y, Z coordinates, so you can actually shift this over. So if you find something you really like here there's not much going on, but I bet if I turn up like the scale, oh yeah, the scale is very sensitive with this, I found. Which honestly I could fix that really quick. We could go into this, but now the problem with this is it's not going to fix that in any of the other versions. Oh yeah, I never showed this off, so this is, let's get this big. This is what makes that texture. It's probably more complicated than it needs to be, and it's definitely not organized well, I'll tell you that, but it works. Each one of these portions controls a different slider. These are all the inputs here that I was controlling. There's the XYZ we just looked at. That controls the combine XYZ, which controls the coordinates of some of the stuff. Why did I come in here though? I was going to change something. Boy. I lost it. I'm losing it. What was... Oh, it was the scaling feature. Okay. So, yeah, we can actually fix that. We can go to Scale, Noise. So we want to find out where that node's coming from. Wish there was an easier way to kind of hunt this down. The best way I found is to look forward in here and kind of just trace that line back. I think it's this one. It's so hard to trace. I think it's this one. I'm getting lost. Oh boy. Oh, there's the scale there. Okay. So yeah, what we can do here is we can put a math node in. And we can do divide. We can divide it by 1,000. So that'll make that scale node. Whoa, that was not the thing I was supposed to mess with. But that's the idea. So, oh, is this one here the noise? Okay, scale. Okay, so now when we back out of this, now my oh, let me see if I can get my audio back. It's muted, headphones. Not hearing nothing. Music low. Alright, you guys can hear that. I can't hear it. Let me try changing this. Yeah, this was not a good setup for the audio monitoring because once these headsets go into sleep mode, OBS loses track of it and then you can't get it back. Alright, let's turn the music off. Okay, now when we get out of this, I should be able to control the scale better here. Not really. So I did something wrong. Unless I didn't divide it enough. It's possible. Maybe 1,000 wasn't enough. Let's go back into it. I'll add 2 zeros. Divide. 0, 0. Let's try that. Yeah, I don't know. 0.001 seems to work good. Oh, maybe we can control it now. Maybe I'll... Okay. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know. That's definitely too much noise, though. Find something we like. Yeah, the distortion, too, is kind of crazy. So we can bring that down. Why does it change colors like that? What's going on there? Roughness. Oh, roughness affects it a lot. Look at that. Phase. Oh yeah, something in here. So this looks kind of cool. And then we can just like modify the position of this. I want to put another one for rotate eventually, I think, too. Yeah, something like this looks kind of cool. So we can render that sucker out, see what it looks like. And yeah, it looks decent. Looks pretty cool. That would look good on a thumbnail. Okay, so I think what we can do next is maybe we'll actually just make a thumbnail from beginning to end. It should take a couple minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up a list of games that are going to be coming to the channel soon. So these are games that I just want to play, or ideas I want to do. So Blender Quickie. Oh, you guys can't see what I see. Let's go back to here. I wish I wouldn't have lost my music. So yeah, this is nice. So I can show. Thought I had a desktop one where I could show my desktop. I think it's this button. Okay, yeah, it shows my desktop. Of course, that's way too small for you guys to see, actually, unless I zoomed it in. Oh, you can kind of see that. Cool. Cool, cool. So yeah, Blender Quickie, that was an idea I had for a stream. I might actually do that at the end. So what you do is you do this random word search. It gives you like 4 different items, 10 different items, whatever you want to do. They're all random. And what I do is I pick one of them and I try to model it and texture it within like 10 minutes or so. VR programming, game programming. So I'm going to probably do some of that on the channel. Probably do it on live streams. I might even have some people on to help me. I'm thinking about getting some guests with some pros of VR game programming. Talking to them about it, and then maybe bringing them in and pointing me around so I can kind of not fumble around so much. Fallout 4 VR. So I did a lot of modding of this in my free time in between last time I streamed several months ago, and I think I might want to start a playthrough on that game. Skyrim VR probably won't touch. It's just, I don't know if there's enough time. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, I definitely want to get back into that. There's a new update coming out in like 2 weeks, and I never really played with the campaign, so I actually got 3rd place in a tournament with that. Won $50. The Virtual Athletic League. Half-Life Alyx, the main reason that this is on the list is because I have a RTX 3070 now, and last time I was playing this game was on a 1070, so I want to check that game out again. And that applies to a lot of the stuff on this list, like Squadrons, Boneworks, GTA VR, Subnautica, Stormlands, Asgard's Wrath, No Man's Sky. All those games that I just quickly listed are games that I kind of want to revisit now that I got the power to run those suckers at max settings. And then Call of Duty Warzone, I'm a big fan of. I like that game. So I'll probably be playing that on the channel. Now the first impressions videos, this is the ones that I'm going to make a thumbnail of right now. I'm not sure which one I want to do. Actually, I kind of know which one I want to do. So Control, that came out free a little while ago. I want to check that out. The Viveport games, actually, anything with the VP after it, I got Viveport free for a month because I have a Quest. Anyone that had a Quest had that offer. So I want to check out some of these games before the month is over. So those will be coming to the channel pretty soon. Anything with the VP, might not get to them all. I know Vertigo Remastered is definitely probably one I want to check out. Oh, Must VR. It's supposed to be Mist. Okay, so Hellsweeper VR, that's another one's coming to the channel soon, because that's like in a open alpha, but that might be going away soon, so I want to definitely check that out soon. Splitgate, that's another one that's probably coming to the channel very soon. I've been hearing a lot about that game. I want to check it out. Rad, that's another free one I got. So the game that I do want to make a thumbnail for is Ghost Runner. Ghost Runner, I think, is going to be the game we play next on the channel. Risk of Rain with the VR mod, that's going to be good. Metro Exodus will be good because we can try out our 3070 max settings. All that stuff with ray tracing. All right, so yeah, let's make a thumbnail for Ghost Runner. I actually grabbed some assets for this earlier. I'm not going to show my desktop yet. Let me make sure I have everything loaded up I want to load up. Oh, actually, I can show my desktop. It's fine. That's not the desktop button, though. I also have a lot of, like, I have a whole to-do list here for the channel, as you can see. So this is the to-do list. As I'm finding functionality of things that need to be updated, improved upon, I just add them to this list here in OBS. It's just the fastest way for me to track things, keep it all in one spot. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do there. Let's hide that for now. Let's see if we have everything that we need in Blender to make our first impressions thumbnail. So we don't need the VR thing. We got this new font bottom left. This is the one I've been using. It even has a nice little backing on it for the transparency. Ooh, maybe, you know what? This is one last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make my logo, I'm going to make my name different real quick. We got the text for that. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to come down in this virtual Steve thing down here. I just want to see if we can make this look cooler than my current logo. So we're going to move that to a new thing. We're going to move this to move to a new collection. Virtual Steve. Boom. All right, let's work with that real quick. Because, yeah, for the first impressions for... I might do the live thing, too. First impressions for Ghost Runner. We got the stuff for the thumbnail for that, so that's fine. Okay. Virtual Steve. Let's see what we can do with this. This might be cool. Objects, set origin, volume. All right, let's get in here real quick. Let's quickly clean this up. Got X-ray mode on. Good. Why is it not? Grab our edges here. Easy peasy. Okay. And if you guys have anything on the channel you'd like to see as well, or if there's anything in that list that piques your interest, let me know. I can bump it up to the top of the list. But for the most part, I'm kind of just playing the games that I want to play on this channel, doing the things that I want to do. That's pretty much it. Unfortunately, I'm not really shooting for like a large viewer base or really putting a lot of effort into what's it called, socials, you know, promoting. Just more of me playing games and then I happen to be playing them live. But also I like doing this behind the scenes stuff where it's like the creation. Like you can just do stuff all day on like OBS, like so many advanced things on OBS. Then you get into like programming with it. All kinds of stuff. But a lot of times too, that stuff is really hard to stream, and it's also probably not the most exciting thing to view either, so it's tough. Okay, so how are we looking here? This looks pretty good. We accidentally deleted something, that's fine. This one can go bye-bye. Yeah, I'll probably, I've been thinking too about talking about like certain TV shows and movies that I've been watching on the channel as well. Most recently, I've been watching the Castlevania show. It's really good on Netflix. Check that one out if you haven't. Okay, this looks good. So I'm not making multiple copies of this because I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing at this point. I don't really need to save each individual level of it. Oh, maybe I do. What just happened? Why did it do that? Oh, that's why, because this one here is not... Yeah, I guess if you... Oh, yeah, see? If it doesn't know how to make a full face, it gets confused and starts joining things together. All right, so we'll do what we did before, where we get our cutout pieces, make them their own separate object. Then we select that object and this object, go back into edit mode, reselect these, mesh, knife project, select the faces again, and then delete with only faces. I guess we got to do it again. Delete only faces. Uh-oh. That's not good. The almond milk doesn't really help. Okay, this looks cool. So, all right, let's modify the text now. That's what we didn't do yet. Go into vertex mode, edit vertex mode. Bring this V a little closer. I could bring this eye to the left, but I don't think it's going to look good. Oh, no, it does actually. It certainly does. So we'll give this a little slant like we like to do. It's actually kind of in a good position too. Oh, it's a little close. Bring it out a little bit. The R can... Yeah, the R is just going to come back all together. So it's like I have two options here. I could either do the R like this, or I could make the R extend out like this. This might look a little bit more stylish. Yeah, it does actually. I like that. T is just going to get closer in general. And I can probably actually slide these over. You gotta be careful with some of these letters though. They start to not look like the original letter. U's coming right over. Not gonna do much to that. All right, let's just grab the rest of these and move them all over. Yeah, we'll bring the A a little bit here. Delete that extra vertex. We don't want that. Boom, boom. And the L is just going to come over. So yeah, the other font that I used for Virtual Steve I liked, but this one might look better. I think this one has a lot more straight edges. The other font I was using, like the R's were rounded, so there was tons of vertices. Same thing with the S. The S was rounded. There was tons of vertices. It was very bubbly. This is all straight lines, which I like. Okay, so yeah, the virtual and the Steve are different words. So actually, we're going to just separate these. Parent by selection. This one we're going to name virtual. And this one we're going to name Steve. Oh, you know what? They might look okay side by side for now. Okay, what can we do here? Can move everything snugger over here. Maybe we will bring this guy over. Same thing here. So it's nice, I just randomly select these vertices. And then if you hit Control L, boom, select them all. I can just bring them all closer at once. Love it. Yeah, this is going to be a nice little flow here, I think, between the T and the E. Oh, is that too close? All right, delete that random guy. See you later. Now we could do something here with the E as well. We could make the E, but it's not going to look good. I already can tell. So one thing we could do is we could do this. We could bring him here. Then bring him here. Yeah, it's just too much. It's too bulky. It's too big. I'm not going to do that. It's just going to chill there. I could maybe bring it a little closer. Give it a little bit of uniqueness. This leg of this E's got some time to shine right here for sure, though. This is going to look cool. Okay. I'm almost wondering how this would look. Let me make a duplicate version of Steve. Watch this. We're going to call this... Oh, don't do that. Steve 2. So we got Steve 1, we got Steve 2. We can compare them both side by side. I'm going to try something with this E because I think there might be opportunity here to make this special. So we're going to delete this vertice. We're going to turn snapping on for vertices. Then we're going to go... Ooh, actually I don't want to do that. What I want to do here, if I want to keep the same angle, it's actually a nice little technique I've never used before. We could subdivide this. And then we can double tap G, let you slide along that line. Now what's nice about this is I can line it up with this one with the snapping. Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't that work? That's interesting. So yeah, you think that would work. Interesting. Well, what we can do is we can just grab this and we'll do it the old-fashioned way. That should have worked. That's weird. We'll just move it so it intersects that line. And then we'll just delete these vertices. And then we'll just join these ones. Which actually, this step doesn't even matter. What am I kidding? I'm going to be changing the angle of this anyways. Alright, none of this matters. Okay. Because I want to make this a special angle here. That was my whole idea behind the Steve version 2. I gotta remember too, this is also like my name, so this is gonna be like the most unique, most time spent on any of the other things that I'm working on. I mean, I want this to look good. Okay. Select the linked, make a face. So yeah, then you gotta look, okay, it's like, what looks better, Steve 1 or Steve 2? This kind of almost looks like an F to me down here or something. I think what it needs to look more like an E is like, we can subdivide this line. Let's do that. Subdivide. Go into vertex mode. We'll bring these up in the Y coordinate. Oh, no, extrude in the Y. Not just subtly, just a little bit. We're going to dissolve this vertice, if that works. Let's delete this line. I don't think we need this anymore. Delete only edge. Whoa, okay, that's fine for now. Let's see what happens if we dissolve this. Nice, it kept the angle. Control L, face. So yeah, just that little lip lets you know it's an E. It definitely looked better than it did. I'm not sure though. I just don't like, I hate this dead space in here. Well, what we can do is we can make both. We'll finalize both and see which one we like more. All right, let's back these up a little bit. That was a little tight here. A little close to that V. Give it some room to breathe. not too... Everything's kind of tight. Okay, anyways. I separated these, unfortunately. We can rejoin them. What is it, J? Control J? Control J. Okay, select all. Let's first apply all transforms. Let's inset. Oh, I did it wrong again. We want to add our two materials. Outside material. And we'll add the VS material. But we're going to duplicate the VS material. And call it virtual Steve, whatever, it's not even spelt right. Assign that to all. Extrude. Turn off X-ray. Inset this sucker. Whoa, 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 what's going on? Something like this. Looks pretty good. Yep, she looks pretty. Okay. Assign these. And take a look here. Which one looks better? Now I can bring everything back out so I can move these around. Control P. Oh no. P. Rename. Virtual. P. This is going to be Steve 1. And this is going to be Steve 2. Already is Steve 2, okay. So we'll move this here. And we can kind of just compare. Alright, so let's render with Steve 1. Let's apply all transforms, apply all transforms. Make a new material here. Call this Steve 1. Kind of get this looking pretty before we do anything. Oh, don't do that. Change the phase. Yeah, something like that. It can be subtle. Sometimes it makes it hard to read the letters too, so you want to be careful. You don't do it too much. Like right here, if you did it there, it's kind of hard to see the S and the T. Alright, let's make this one just virtual. Come on, baby. There's probably a better way to do this. Well, I know there's a better way to do this, but I don't know what that is. So I just fumbled around until I find something I like. And I hope it looks decent. Change the phase a little bit, change the position a little bit. Hope you get something good. Sometimes you make it worse. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's render. Virtual Steve. Yeah. You know. One thing I'm not seeing in this is my peel offset. So I had this feature in here. Let's just take a look at this. I designed this feature in here for an offset of the peel. And it's not working. It's like the peel's a different color, that's why. So normally the peel I should make the same color as this. So Control Copy, Control V. Then you do your peel offset. Now the peel offset function is broken. Unless it's just so small. It's supposed to be like this other edge that flows along this. Yeah, it's moving something else. But this grid's also completely customizable too, because it's all procedural, so you can rotate the grid if you want it in a different direction. You can change the emission strength, change the thickness of the grid. You can make it nice and thick and beefy, or you can make it super thin. Strangely enough, though, I don't have a slider. I didn't make one yet for the scale. So you can actually have these squares be a different size. But whatever. We can add that later. So far, I haven't really found that I've needed it. Yeah, I think this looks decent. This looks okay. Let's look at the compositing. All we're doing is doing a little fog glow. This is for some other stuff I was doing before. And I think it looks pretty cool. Maybe if we position them something like this, right center of the screen, that might look cool. GX, GY. I'm going to make its own separate light for this. Let's move this to Scene, Virtual Steve. Turn the other light off for now. This light will be just special for this text. Scale the X, GX. And we probably want to increase this to like 175 watts. And let's render. Looks good. Looks good. This might look cool if we save as a PNG to the desktop. Actually, to a JPEG. This is a quick way to get a black background. And we can take a look at it. Go on our desktop. Pop it open. Make it full screen. How do we do full screen? Usually it's F11, right? Yeah, I mean, I think that looks slick. A little bit of fog glow around the edges. I like it. Okay. Anyways, moving on. So this could be my new logo compared to, I'll show my my current logo here. And you can see the old VS there flying by, like that's the old font. So let's bring up what the old logo looked like. And this is animated because it's procedural, so I did a procedural loop animation here, seamless loop. It's only like 250 frames, I think. It just goes back, it goes one way, then it reverses the other way. You'll see it slow down, and it just reverses, so it's like a loop. I mean, this logo's cool. I like this one too. You can see I have the same style with the sliding of the vertices there on like the I's and the L's. This is another cool feature of the channel. I have everything built in to, like, if I want to talk about like trailers and stuff like that, it's all built in, so I can easily just come here. We want to talk about this game here. What is this? What are we playing? I think this is Saints and Sinners. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Love that game. It's still my #1 VR game for sure. We got to play it more. The only difficulty about this game is it's a little bit dark in certain spots for streaming. It's kind of hard to do. Okay, and we could switch to another trailer with a flick of a button. Oh, you know, I don't know if I can switch. I should be able to switch them from there. Let's try this. Oh yeah, Media 3. So I just have placeholders for all these. So I can just plop in any of my own little pictures or trailers, videos, whatever I want to do for what I'm showing off. Then we can go right back to the full screen. Okay, let's get back to what we were doing. Let's finish that. Actually, let's see if the transition works here too. It should work here as well. Okay, yeah, it does. And I can reset it back to the first one. Virtual Steve. Okay, let's get back to making that Ghost Runner thumbnail that I wanted to make. So let's get back to showing my desktop here. Okay, so we're going to open up GIMP. Gotta love a good GIMP. Free program, guys. Get this program. Blender's free too, by the way. I haven't mentioned that. Most people watching this maybe will know what Blender is. Some won't. Blender is free. GIMP is free. This is like your free Photoshop. I already have a basic thumbnail thing made. Oh, here's my Blender Live thumbnail. This one turned out pretty good. I was pretty proud of this. So I actually used the same exact style, same exact, you can turn my ugly face off. We don't want to look at that. Same exact method I used to make this text. That's actually the thumbnail for the stream right now. I wanted something to look nice on the channel here. So, you know, I had to put my face on it, you know. Let's open up something else, though. We don't want to look at that. My other thumbnails aren't going to probably have my face on it. Yeah, we got this first impressions one here set up. So this is a VR game. It's the worst title ever, I think. Larcenauts? Larcenauts. I think that's how you say it. VR game. I made a little thumbnail for it. Only fancy thing I did was I put the logo behind the one character to kind of give it a little bit more feel. So you can see I just cut his head out and put it in front. But yeah, this is the template. So first impressions. So if we want to make one for Ghost Runner, all we got to do is literally just go into here. And I think I'm going to use the same exact template for all my first impression videos. I spent a lot of time making this template. I like the way it looks. I mean, I can change the way the proceduralness of the first impressions text is. So that can literally be different every time if I wanted to. I could easily just go into Blender. Boom, you open Blender up, you go here. My lights are off, turn them back on. So I would just click this and I would literally just like move my phase over a little bit and you'll see that the grid will move a little bit. So I could just, you know, if I want it to be different for every thumbnail, I can do that. Make it a little bit different. But I probably won't. Probably just leave it the same. So first impressions. Now I have a folder here. We can open as layers. For this one, I'm going to rename it actually. Let me rename it. I want to rename it just so I know what it is in the future. So this new folder here is actually for, what's the name of the game I want to play? I don't even know the name of it. Well, let's open it up. We got to extract all these. Extract to here. Ghost Runner, that's it, okay. So we'll rename this folder Ghost Runner. Keep all my stuff organized. I put my trailers for the games, videos for the games, and all of the art assets for the games as well in here. So we're definitely going to grab our logos. We'll open these up. I wonder if I can just drop them in here. I think I can. I think that worked. Yeah, you can just drag and drop them in there. Whoa, what's that about? I don't know what this one is. Let's scale it down. Just a white box. All right, we'll delete that one. We don't need that one anyway. So we have our black one and our white one. I wonder if I should organize this better. I don't think it matters. So yeah, we'll probably go with one of these. Probably go with the white one. I think the white one's looking better with my channel theme style, with my text being white. So yeah, we'll go with the white one. We'll delete this. We'll get rid of all of our Larcenauts stuff. And where's this one? Okay. I should probably make groups here. So I'm gonna make a Ghost Runner group. Ghost Runner, put the logo in there. I'll make a new group for thumbnail template. Oh, first impressions. So we can put our, first impressions thing in there, the VS thing in there. Now we can just toggle those on and off. Got our Larsonauts logo. We can move that to a Larsonauts group. You guys can't see anything right now. It's behind my head. So that's another feature that I'm adding to the channel, is where I can just move my camera to the other side of the screen. Right now you can't see that. So I'm just organizing my folders right here. I'm almost done. Larsonauts, whatever. Move those into there. Okay. Can I make this? Maybe I'll make it so you can see it. Okay, it's up there now. All right, we don't want that though. We want the first impressions, and we want the Ghost Runner. So first thing, we should scale this down a little bit, this logo. So really these thumbnails are going to take me about 5 minutes to make each, which is pretty good. What I like to do with logos is I duplicate them. So you I deleted it. Duplicate it, then you come up to color. There's other ways you could do this, maybe with like a fill. But I just go to brightness contrast, just crank the brightness down, crank the contrast up. Where's it down? It's up. And then you hit Control F to repeat that action. And it just pretty much makes anything black. Hey, what's up, Santino Dominguez and Sweaty Nuggets? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Sorry, my chat thing that normally notifies me of like chat messages is broken tonight. The stupid headset goes on mute when it's got no audio coming through it. Because right now the background is nothing. I could turn on some music for you guys. A little custom music from Archaic Studios there. But I can't hear it, so it's too bad. Okay, so yeah, then I just like offset it a little bit. Put it behind the original. That looks a lot nicer than just this. I like that. Okay, we don't need the music though right now. All right, so now we want to pick our background for our thumbnail. I'll probably be playing this game soon, so look for a live stream of this in the next couple of days. This game looks really cool. I wonder if I could put a trailer up real quick of it. There should be something in this folder, like a video or something. Ghost Runner. I don't think the thumbnail's saved. Here, I'll put a trailer up on YouTube real quick. Get some inspiration for the thumbnail. Ghost Runner. Trailer. Let's put in trailer. Ghost Runner trailer. Cinematic trailer. We don't want that. Let's see what this looks like here. So yeah, this is like it's hard to describe. It's like a combat, very quick paced game. You gotta slash people in the air, run on walls. Kind of like I've played it a little bit so far. I know I'll call this first impressions. I've actually played it a little bit.
One free from Mara
an hour or so. When I first got my 30 series card, I wanted to test the ray tracing. But it feels like a puzzle game too. Each team you got to figure out how to kind of get through, kill the enemy in a certain way kind of thing. I don't know. I want to get into it. I want to check it out more. Keep playing with the Xbox controller. So I have to go try. Let's make this thumbnail. So we have the key art here, but this already has the logo in it. We got a 4K, which we don't really need all that resolution. 1080p one here. So we can open this as a layer here. And I mean, that might work, honestly. It might work. I'm trying to think of how I would put some custom flair to this. Well, what I could do is I could... Oh, they got the logo down there. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I would have to put my logo like over that or something. My little custom one. Well, I'm definitely going to join these together. I'm going to merge these together because I like the way these look. So now this is one item here. So yeah, that could be an option. I could kind of, to save me time from trimming things out, we could probably get this to fit pretty good. But I'm not going to use this. I don't really like this. It's too much red for a thumbnail for my liking, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to pick another one. Let's go to thumbnails, Ghost Runner. What's PNG? What is this? Oh, that's the logos. Additional artwork. This is a really bad way to view the things as well as in GIMP. You want to just go to like the folder. Launch screenshots. These might be good. None of these like show the first person view of the character though, which is really strange. I mean, these are cool backgrounds and that, but I mean, if we had something that's very neon-y, maybe that might be like a good thumbnail. Showing the ray tracing in the water. I kind of like this one. Yeah. No, it's too... Ooh. Yeah, this is like the first level too. Alright, so I like both of these. So we'll bring both of these ones into GIMP. And do we need to scale them down? What the heck? Oh, we certainly do. 1920 by 1080. Okay, there it is. Reset. Let me just change the scale here. I didn't realize you could do that. Of course, now I have to move it perfectly, or else it's not going to work. So that might be cool. Put a little Ghost Runner logo up here. Everything's too dark though, you know, in this one. I kind of wanted something with like the character like showing a sword in the background or something. So this folder that's here is the this is the press kit for the game. And honestly, there's really not. I mean, maybe something like this. This one might be good. Yeah, this one's kind of cool. Let's bring in the Ghost Runner logo. Yeah, this one looks better. So even just this could be it. Could be done. This looks pretty good. Let's export it. First impressions for Ghost Runner. There we go. We'll take a look at it full screen and see how this sucker looks. I think there's a way to view this full screen somehow. View full screen. No. There's a way to preview this full screen, I think. That's fine. We'll just open it. Ghost Runner, first impressions PNG. F11 for full screen. Can we view actual size? I don't like these stupid borders in this preview thing. Maybe we can open it with a different program. Yeah, I don't like that, how it can't be full screen. Stupido. But yeah, this could work. Another thing I would do to make it a little bit more fancier would be to probably make the character like overlap with the logo a little bit. Maybe rotate it. Give it a little bit of flair. If I play my cards right, I don't need to do much. If I position this correctly. I could do something like this. So before we do that, I should probably make a duplicate of this. Hide the other one. Scale it. Good. Rotate it. Good. Move it. Even more good. So what we'll do here is we will crank the opacity down for this layer. And then a fast way to do this is literally to just delete what would overlap like this. just by hand. This is like the fastest way to do it. Oh, actually, you know what? This might be faster. These are some straight lines here. You can trace that out. So we're just tracing out the spots that would be overlapped by the sword. I think that's part of the sword. Maybe not. And then we should be good. Doesn't gotta be perfect. We will hit delete. We'll turn the opacity back up. And we missed a spot, that's okay. Doesn't gotta be perfect. Just a little bit of overlap in that kind of makes it have a nice little flare to it. Now, of course, the knee too. So we can go back to the opacity. And this would be another easy one actually to kind of just cut around, I guess. There's a couple of different ways you could do it. You could either cut out the knee and then put it over the text. This method, I guess, is better if you know the placement of the text is already good. Because right now I can't move the text. Delete. Because now if I move the text, it's going to have that chunk taken out of it. But if I were to overlap the knee, then I could still move the text and it would be behind the knee. So let's see how we look. Let's see how we look. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I like it. It's at a slant. It's like an action type. Emphasizing on action, first impressions. I've been debating with these thumbnails if I want to put live in here too, like live first impressions, because it's going to be done live. I guess it doesn't matter. There's something else that I want to add. So yeah, there's this little transparent feature that I have up here that I've been debating on using or not. It just makes the logo up here a little bit more visible. Not sure if it's necessary or not. It almost looks too out of place, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I like it. But I think this looks good. Only other thing I could possibly do would be some color correction. I'll delete these other thumbnails. We don't need these. Delete, delete, delete. We can duplicate this one. We can maybe do a little color correction to it, just kind of give it our own vibe. So we could go filters. We don't want filters. We want colors, curves. We can kind of just play around in here, you know. But honestly, I mean, the artist did a pretty good job with this one, so we're not gonna mess with this. We're gonna leave the original. Oh, what the hell? Original looks good. Okay, and you want to save this as a JPEG because YouTube does not like PNGs. Oh, what's going on down here? Why does this look janky? Huh. Has it always been like that? I think that's just how it looks. Okay, that's it, guys. There you have it. Let me try something. I'm going to load this up into my media section here. So if I go under my media scene, let me switch over to it actually. Oops, wrong button. It's going to do something crazy here in a second. Not sure what it's going to do. Okay, I will make this full screen. And normally I don't edit the media while I'm live. This might make things a little weird, but it's okay. So media scene. You guys might not be able to hear me for a second. Okay, I'm back. All right, this should work now. Let's try this out. Okay, it worked. So yeah, there it is. Coming up on the channel, Virtual Steve Show, Ghost Runner, coming up. All right, guys, I hope everyone enjoyed the show tonight. For those that joined late, we pretty much went through and we originally were going to create all of this text we were going to turn into our fancy style. We ended up kind of just picking out one piece of text I liked here, which was my new logo that we made tonight. Looked pretty good. There it is rendered with the bloom. We made that. I showed the whole process of how to make this from scratch, just from basic text. So that's what we did tonight. Oh no, I'm not showing anything. Okay, now you guys can see. So yeah, made the logo. Looked pretty good. Then we made the thumbnail. Also looked pretty good. I think it was a productive night, but next time on the channel, we're not going to be doing the behind-the-scenes stuff. We're going to be doing the actual gaming. So yeah, tune in for that. It's going to be coming up soon, and we got lots of VR games coming up to the channel as well. Haven't really streamed yet with a Quest 2, so I'm interested to see how that goes. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and get ready for the next episode, guys. I'm not sure when it's going to be. My schedule's a little nuts right now, so it's coming up. It's coming up soon. All right, guys. Peace out, y'all. Don't forget to join the Discord. The link's in the description. I will catch you guys on the next episode of the Virtual Steve Show. Peace out, y'all. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's bring it back. I can't end it like that. I gotta reset my media source. I have so many different hotkeys right now. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Yeah, I have this custom hotkey system that I use. It's actually pretty sweet. I'm using my numpad. So my whole number pad is used for hotkeys, but what's pretty cool about it is first you have to hit the numlock button to turn the keypad off. So you're using the secondary buttons, and then you use your buttons 1 through 9. I use some other buttons on there too. But what's cool about that is it actually turns the keypad on right after you're done hitting the hotkey. So this allows you to use your numpad as like a 2-button hotkey system, but still be able to fully use the numpad. And the main reason I did that is for Blender, because in Blender a lot you use the numpad. So, oh, you guys probably can't even hear me with this music. Okay, it's because I don't have the monitor and I can't hear anything. So we're gonna figure these kinks out. We're gonna get the show up and running better. I just got to figure out how to keep the stupid headset from dying and stuff. So we'll figure that stuff out. All right, guys, let's see if I can end this properly. I got the media reset this time, so it shows my logo when we exit. Eventually, I'm going to do a intro and an outro for the show, too. I already have like a basic intro made, but it's kind of crappy. But I'll probably be doing a lot of that live on the channel as well, so stay tuned for that. It'll be in Blender and looking good. Make sure that's good to go. Okay, so now we can end the show. So, all right, guys, tune in, like, subscribe, join the Discord, all that great stuff. Coming up on the channel next is going to be probably Ghost Runner gameplay, and then after that, another day, we'll be doing a lot more VR games and stuff. So, and probably some interviews too coming up. So stay tuned. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace out, y'all.